Alrighty, part. Okay, this is the full part 1. The last one I could just say it was a trailer. Part 0. Okay, now part 1. Let's do this, shall we? Now, we continue our little story. Not little. Either way, we continue our story in the woods, where we see a young green boy and a man with red hair training this boy. This, of course, being Izuku Emiya, and another one, Shiro Emiya. So they're practicing with magic, of course, not quirks. And the magic is projection magic, of course. God damn it. Damn, I did not mean to do that. Either way. So, I left him off when he was 8. Now let's skip until he was 10. Izuku Midoriya is pretty smart, even though he goes to a school far away from him. In this school, the normal people, quirk people, some very, very strong, and yeah. But one day was an odd day. One day someone came up to Midoriya saying, "Hey, we never seen your quirk. Are you quirkless?" Izuku Midoriya looks up saying, and he thinks, "Oh shit, if I tell them I'm quirkless, then they'll think less of me. But if I tell them I'm not, they'll wonder what my quirk is. I have a quirk, but I just don't really like to use it that much." I think they're like, okay, and leave him alone. That's all they wanted to know. Not the quirk, but if he really has a quirk. Midoriya thinking in his head, that was easier. But now we cut back a couple years to Hashi Midoriya and Inko Midoriya. They had a brand new baby girl named Azumi. Why did I fucking forget the name? Azumi, when her brother was 4, let's skip until she's 4. At the age of 4, they were celebrating her birthday. She blew out the candles, and instead of blowing them out, she made them extend, make them bigger, and then she breathed out fire. So they of course take her to the doctor because they're like, finally, a daughter that isn't a disappointment to them. So they go to the doctors, and they tell them that she has a very strong pyrokinesis quirk. This pyrokinesis quirk can go from the flame of her father's to a very bright blue flame. And it's very hot, so it could be very deadly. Depending how she uses it. She could put it to the point where she can't hurt anyone, but she could put it to the point where she could kill someone. How did I say but kill someone. So like she could be a hero. Now, I'm going to have to cut Midoriya's fucking thing a bit. So instead of him being 4, I'm going to put him at around... I'm going to put Azumi around his age. So they could both get into UA at the same time. So they could both fight in the sports festival. So a little bit of rewrite. They were almost born the same date, just a couple months earlier. Midoriya is born a couple months older. She's a bit younger. So yeah. She really didn't know her brother. She just remembered his hair color. And at the age of 4, she became not the nice, sweet girl she once was. She became cocky, extremely cocky. Like Bakugo's high school cocky, gone, demolished, burned. It's even harder than that. She thinks she could defeat All Might with a flick of her wrist. Because she could spread fire from anywhere of her body. Through her mouth, her hands, not there. And she could form the fire into like a fire sword. So, we go back to Midoriya. Midoriya is training. Through these years, he has learned two techniques. Not two techniques, but magic. Lots of magic. He has learned how to summon in Kachian, and I forgot their fucking names. I love these blades. What the hell? Screw it. So, he has learned how to project magic and has learned unlimited blade works, but as a little child, this puts so much stress into him. So, he made another world. A world of blades, but this one has a limit to it. Now, like unlimited blade works, when you grab a blade, it drops a new one. This one he likes to call limited blade works. And he only has to say this: I am the bone of my sword. Steel is my body. Fire my blood. Limited blade works. And that's a chant for that. And so, after that, Shiro Emiya decides that this kid has learned everything that he can from him. So he lets him off. Not lets him off, but like, he gives him LED to the house. Yeah, fuck it. He lets him out back into the world, but first he has to hide his identity, because if his parents ever found out who he was, they would probably try to get custody back after seeing how much power he has gained over these years and years of training. And Midoriya, in his head, he wants to be the first quirkless hero, Justice. But in everyone's eyes, he's just a regular boy with a quirk. So with Izumi Midoriya, she's been training with her quirk, getting it stronger to a point where she doesn't even need to train anymore. So now we jump skip to the age of 14, and Midoriya is soon to be 15. Midoriya wanted to go to UA, so to school, they never seen his quirk, but someone said, "You're probably quirkless, you quirkless loser." So Zuko, he does a logical thing and shows them his quote-unquote quirk by summoning a sword in the air and throwing it at him. Zuko Emiya saying, "You want to say that again?" He just shuts the fuck up and just goes away. So Izuku, through some of these years, he has learned cooking from Shiro Emiya. So he's going to be not half, but pretty good cook. I want to do what if Deku had Bond's powers, because if you haven't seen the manga yet, spoilers. So 3, 2, 1, you've been warned. In the manga, Bond has several powers. In the beginning, he's weak, but somewhere in the middle, that's when he gets to grow stronger. He goes to Purgatory. After that, he decides to find his friend. After finding his friend, they defeat the Demon King. But after defeating the Demon King has sucked so much power out of Bond because he's immortal, he can never die. He spent over 100 million years at best in there. And there he has learned a new technique. Gift. Because after years and years of the Demon King being able to suck in Bond's energy, he has learned how to give energy instead of take. So I'm going to give Midoriya this one. Gift. So I'm going to have his lover die. Nah. Never mind. Scratch that. But someone's going to die in that one. Probably not his lover, but probably All Might. Maybe. and give his immortality to someone. But of course, I have to make it dramatic. Or probably not let anyone die. I have no idea. It's up to you guys. It's not up to me. So, let's get back to the story. I think that was like, what, 10 minutes. So, after that, Midoriya goes, and of course, he's going back home, because the forest and the school isn't that far. But now we go back to Azumi Midoriya being suffocated by the slime villain. In this one, All Might doesn't drop the bottle, of course. But All Might does ask for her quirk. She says, my quirk is telekinesis. I can even defeat you, All Might. All Might laughs, scoffs it off, saying, I bet it could. But if you want to be training, just call me. Giving her a phone number. She's thinking if she could get trained from the number one hero, she could probably be the best number one hero there ever was. Midoriya, gonna beat her ass. Was I saying something? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Let me repeat myself. I said Midoriya's gonna beat her ass like a Mangarena drum. So yeah, let's continue, shall we? After that, of course, she calls the phone number. They get to training. All Might shows her the Little Might form, but who cares? And then he tells her everything she wants, all for one. Not all for one, one for all. And then, after thinking about it, he's really desperate for a successor. And I'm gonna say, Night Eye didn't call him yet for Mirio. So he gave the quirk to Azumi Midoriya, but at the last second, Night Eye called him and said, I think I have a good successor for you. And then he said, I already got one. They have an argument. Now let's go to the the UA entrance exam. So they're walking. And to make sure no one know who Midoriya is, he dyed his hair red and put in some contacts to make it look like his eyes were red. And of course, changed his name to Izuku Emiya. Because Izuku Midoriya, he ain't gonna keep his name anymore. And sure as hell ain't gonna change his name to Shiro Emiya. I just feel like I'm calling this guy over here. Except this guy. Let's continue, shall we? So after that, they decide... No. They're walking up the stairs and a certain rosy cheek, brown hair girl trips. And somehow Midoriya is able to catch her. But caught her jacket at the last second. She's saying thank you. It would have been bad luck for if I fell on the ground. Thank you very much while bowing. So they talk. Izuku Midoriya saying, I'm Izuku Midoriya. Not Izuku Midoriya. Izuku Emiya. You? It's like, oh, I'm Uraraka Ochako. No, Ochako Uraraka. There we go. So they get to know each other very well. I'm just kidding, I'm fucking kidding, we ain't there yet. So sometimes, Izuku putting out those moves. Uraraka not seeing what he's doing, but kind of getting the vibe. Now they go into the Sunamori, where President Mike is telling them about the robots and everything. Then a certain blue-haired boy saying, you forgot to tell us about the zero pointer. And while I'm talking, you two, stop it. Izuku Emiya looking up saying, "Okay there, Four Eyes. What you could do for me is shut up, let him talk, and sit down before I grab your head and slam it into the ground." Him, like, just flat out shocked because someone talked back to him, first of all. Second of all, because he threatened him. And President Mike says, thank you, I guess, and says, yes, that's a 0-pointer, you don't have to worry about him. And now they go to the battlefield, the training grounds. So after that, Izuku Midoriya, he goes there, he sees Uraraka, he sees that, she's kind of worried there. So he's about to walk up to her until a certain blue-haired boy again says, "Hey, you stop! Leave her!" Until he slaps the hand away. Izuku slaps the hand away. After that says, "Don't touch me. I never gave you permission. I don't know who you are. Stranger goddamn danger. I call pedophile." And walks away to Uraraka. Ira shocked again because someone, just did that. So after that, Izuku and Ochako, they're talking. Ochako's cooling down because she gets help from a friend, you could say. Maybe. I was kidding. Fuck. So after that, Izuku. Yeah, Izuku, but President Mike says, "Get ready, get set," and then when the gates open, Midoriya just starts sprinting. President Mike surprised because he wasn't ever going to say go, because there's no countdown inside of a battle. So Ida, of course, the blue-haired boy, says, "Hey, what are you doing?" President Mike saying, "Go, go, go, there ain't no countdowns in a goddamn battle, a villain battle." Izuku already racking in points. And then we skip to the 0-pointer. He already got like 60 points. And then he sees a 0-pointer. He says, "Yeah, I'm just gonna walk away," and sees Uraraka down there, holding her hand up, pointing it to Deku, saying, "Help me." So Izuku, hero instincts kick in. So he raises his hand up, and everyone sees this. They're like, can this kid only make swords, not, make whatever he's gonna do? Then he says this: "I'm the bone of my sword. Steel as my body, fire my blood. Limited blade works." And everyone sees a land filled of blades. And he uses, and I'm pretty sure limited blade works unlimited. So I'm just gonna give this blade works a limit of how much he puts into it. So it could go up to 10,000 blades. Right now he only uses 1,000 blades. So he uses one of those 100 blades and points it to the 0-pointer, piercing it. And then when he sees it only slowed him down a bit, he uses all 900 of them and points it to the 0-pointer, tearing it to shreds. Everyone's shocked. So he got another 60 points for, hero points. Wait. No, I don't think I keep it at 60. I was thinking of doing something else, but then I'm like, nah, fuck it. We'll keep it at 60. It's 8:33. So after that, I guess, yeah. After that, it's gonna pretend I've never seen that. So after that, Ochako was extremely grateful for what Izuku did, because no one stopped. No one even looked back. Not even Ida. Well, he looked back, but he knew he couldn't stop the 0 pointer. But after what they all saw what Zuku did, they're amazed. He says, if you can't even take down a villain, how can you even call yourself a hero? A person was in danger while walking up to Uraraka, saying, and you just leave him there to die? A hero was supposed to fight to their last breath, not run away and retreat and let innocent people die. And picks up Uraraka and dropping her softly next to Recovery Girl and walks away. Bakugo sees this, and Azumi sees this too. They're both pissed at Izuku, cause they're basically thinking in their head, "I'm better than you," bullshit crap. You know, like I'm better than you, blah blah blah, better than you. Like that's basically what's going through their mind. And then the swords that were on the robots just disappear into dust. Now we go to the first day of school. So right now it's the first day of school. Madora's like, I wonder who's gonna be in here. Hopefully I can make some friends. Hopefully. So he goes in and he sees an angry Pomeranian barking at a blue-haired boy. I'm just fucking kidding. He sees an angry guy, blonde hair, red eyes. You know who it is. Bakugo screaming at Ida. And Ida walks up to him saying, I'm sorry, you were better than me. You must already knew that there were extra points. And Izuku's like, no, I didn't. I just saved I'm going to say Ochako came 1 second after he said this. I just saved a girl. I just saved her when she needed it the most. Which made her blush a bit. Because like, it was like a knight in shining armor or love in first sight bullshit crap. That may be true though. Explains a lot for me. Okay, so after that, he gets a hug from Ochako saying thank you for saving me. Izuku never really got hugged by a girl, so he's shocked, like he's paralyzed. And the only words he could mutter out of his little face right now is saying, you're welcome. When she let go, he finally came back to normal. And then he shakes his head saying, okay. But sees a bit of yellow. He's like, what the hell is that? So he looks behind the little teacher's desk, you could say, and sees a man with a yellow bag and a yellow bag sleeping like a little caterpillar. So he's kicking him, saying, wake up. Not kicking him, but like just saying wake up, because if you kick Aizawa when he's sleeping, you could bet your ass you're going to sleep forever. So he wakes up, he's like, what? 10 more minutes. And he goes like to sleep. Zuko and Doris and go, I guess? So after that, after 10 more minutes, the whole class is silent, and Aizawa wakes up. He's like, good job. It only took you nothing to be quiet. Bro, put on these gym uniforms and meet me outside. We're gonna do a quirk apparition test. Then Ida gets up saying, are we not supposed to go to the ceremony? Then Mr. Aizawa says, this is my class and I get to teach it however I want. If you want to go to the ceremony, that means you could get expelled. Ida shuts up and they all go outside. While inside the locker room, everyone sees how pretty buff Izuku is. But now we go to Azumi's mind. She remembers her parents talking about her brother, how he was quirkless and everything. And Azumi despised him, thought of him as trash, as something that isn't supposed to be there, something that isn't supposed to breathe precious air, basically. A cockroach, you could say. So, after that, Mineta says, I found a hole to heaven. So everyone's like, oh crap, really? But Zuko doesn't really give two shits. And then he says, I'm gonna peek through it. Then Zuko gets pretty pissed. He makes a sword and hits him with the flat end of it. And everyone sees this buff ass kid basically break this kid's skull open. Jiro's amazed. Everyone's looking into the hole basically, trying to get a peek of this peek of the abs, basically. And that's how everyone dies. Because all they see is abs. That's it. Abs. They see Ida's, they see Bakugo's, they see everyone's. But a brown-haired girl looks for a specific pair of abs. Fucking Christ, what's wrong with me? Either way, after that, they go outside. They see the girls trying to fix their nosebleeds before they go outside. And they see Midoriya, not Midoriya, but Izuku carrying a you say some grapes outside. Everyone's like, what happened to him? Izuku says, let's just say he bumped his head in the lockers. What Izuku really did with the sword is he used a flat end, and then after that grabbed his head and used the lockers to make it look like he bumped himself on the head with it. And he put a little bit of blood under his nose to make it look like he looked through there. After that, making sure he, put some soap, defected it. After that, make sure he wasn't dying. And after that, they go into the test. Aizawa throws a ball to Izuku, saying, Izuku Emiya, please throw the ball. Izuku saying, sure, but why not? So he grabs the ball, he's ready to throw it. And then he makes a sword. The sword is like a gun sword, basically. More like a cannon, a portable cannon. He used projection to imagine it. He puts the ball in there, and then he shoots it out. I'm gonna say it reached 956 meters. Everyone's shocked. Momo's shocked. Bakugo's pissed. Azumi's even more pissed. Uraraka's amazed. And I guess that's everyone except Todoroki, because he still thinks he's the best. I think. So after that, Kazuki gets 100 because he's extremely pissed. Azumi gets 750 because he surrounded the ball with fire to make sure it didn't burn it. And used pyrokinesis to throw the ball as far as she can. Of course, Ochako getting infinite and everyone getting the regular scores. So now we go to the So I'm gonna say Izuku gets first at the 50-meter dash because he isn't as fast as regular. Azumi almost breaks her legs because she has no idea how to use one for all still. And then after that, I think that would be it. I'm just gonna put Izuku in first, Toroki second, Bakugo third, Azumi fourth, and everything the rest. But one thing, I could get Mineta if he passed. Like, I could get Mineta. Like, he could just use the sticky balls. That sounds fucking gay as shit. He could use the balls. What the fuck? Everything I say for him sounds fucking gay. I have nothing with that. I have nothing wrong with that. It just sounds weird for me. He uses his quirk to keep the robot stuck to the ground. So Hagi Curry, the invisible girl, I believe her name is, she's out. It's a home run. Because of course, Aizawa, I forgot to say this, whoever's last gets expelled. So let's continue, shall we? Now we go to the heroes versus villains. Everything's the same, but except the teams. Now we're going with Bakugo and Izumi versus Ochako Uraraka and Midoriya. Not Midoriya, but Izuku Emiya. And Izumi has a bit of suspicion because her brother's first name was Izuku. So is Bakugo, but his last name is Emiya and his hair is red and his eyes red too. But then Izuku, he's no longer wearing contacts. He's just using illusion magic. Illusion magic to make it look like his eyes are red now. So when anyone pokes his eyes, he just like does like the regular thing. He says, "Ow." So now let's continue. So they're waiting, but Izuku's outfit is 100% more different. It ain't this. Izuku's wearing Archer Emiya's outfit, but except the arms being exposed, it has a long sleeve and has armor, lightweight armor, and flexibility with it. Let's see how long it's been. 32 minutes. I'll continue. I'll wait until it gets 53 minutes. Why the hell not? Because after that, of course, they get ready. Ochako trying to hold her in her nosebleed, because seeing all the abs Izuku has. She's trying not to, flop down dead there, and right then. So, they get ready. Of course, they go in. Bakugo's even more pissed, so he's going down there like he's the goddamn Flash. He's saying, Izuku! And they're already on the second floor. Bakugo's there. He's saying, I challenge you, Izuku. You get out of here, round face. Ochako getting mad, saying, what you call me? Izuku puts her hand below the waist, like holding it so like it doesn't touch where. Holding it up, saying, I'll handle this. Ochako goes. Bakugo and Izuku are staring each other down. And Bakugo says, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna show you who's better. Izuku says, what did I ever do to you, man? You make it sound like I just killed your whole family. You make it sound like I just showed you off. I didn't. I was going full power like Aizawa said. And of course, All Might's watching this. He's saying, what the fuck? So they start fighting. Izuku's using Kachio and Bakio, I believe they're called. And every single time Bakugo throws an explosion, Izuku blocks with his swords. And then every single time he gets an opening, he dulls them and gets and hits them and hits him with it. After every hit, he gets a bit more tired. So Bakugo's tired as hell. And then Izuku just appears behind him and chops him in the neck. After that, of course, he gets knocked out. And Izuku uses the hero tape to bind him up. Ochako using the earpiece saying, I found the bomb. Izuku says, okay, good. Hold still, I'll be there in a couple minutes. her saying, okay. So after that, he appears in front of Azumi. And Azumi's staring down Izuku, and Ochako's like sneakily going around to touch the bomb. And then Azumi says, I hope you're ready to get beaten up, cockroach. Izuku says, oh, wow, that's a new thing, isn't it? The first time I ever got called that. Then says, was that supposed to hurt? Or was that supposed to be for you? Azumi gets mad and starts running towards Izuku. Izuku dodging her attack, but sees that like she's about to, spit fire. Izuku backflips, of course. And then Azumi makes a fire sword out of the fire she spilled. Then Izuku says, how cute. And makes a pair of dual blades, of course, Kashiya and Bakuyan. And cuts the blade of the made out of fire. After that, dulls them, and after that, knocking her out. And All Might, of course, saying, Hero Team wins. After that, everything's the same. Then we go to the USJ. But first, now let's skip to the middle. So it's lunchtime. Izuku and Ochako. Kirishima. No, let's do the original Deku squad. So, Izuku and Ida have gone a bit along. Not that much, but enough to call them to say little companions, little friends. That's it. And then, of course, we go. And then Asui appears. They start talking. They get to know each other well. Let me quickly flip a coin. That's a dime. Quarter. So, I don't know who to choose, so I'm going to choose one right now. Ochako heads, and you guys choose for tails. If you don't want anyone else to be shipped with Izuku, I'll just choose Ochako. You guys have 24 hours, of course. Fuck. I think that's tails. Let me do that again. It fell off my hand. Oh, fuck. Failed. Okay. Son of a bitch. You guys are gonna hear me struggle. That's why I need a fucking editor. But I can't pay him because I have no idea how to withdraw money from this shit. And I'm just doing this mainly for fun. I'm 100% sure most of you are laughing at me. So dark in my room. Fucking Christ. Again. 1, 2, fuck. 1, 2, fuck. 1, 2, 3. And here we are. Tails. You guys choose. If you don't give me a comment within 24 hours, it will just be a regular ship. Ochako and Deku. So after that, we go to USJ. They're all talking, and then they're all talking about their quirks. Azumi says, I was born with 2 quirks. I have an enhancing quirk that enhances everything, including my other quirk being pyrokinesis. And I'm better than all of you. Everyone's saying, wow, okay. We didn't expect that from you. You seem like a very nice girl, but I guess okay. And then they got to Izuku. Everyone's curious, including these people: Ochako, Momo, and Toroki. Izuku says, "My quirk is projection." And we're like, what's projection? Izuku explains, projection is basically me able to project an item in my hand and I'm able to summon it. After that, and then Ochako's like, wait, that means what was that thing with the blades? Izuku says there are two versions of that. There's my OP version of it, but I'm not going to tell you. That's a secret for whatever we fight, I guess. I don't know when, I don't know where, but I will find you and I will kill you. I'm just kidding. But, and then I have Limited Blade Works. Limited Blade Works is the one Ochako saw. Limited Blade Works allows me to basically have an infinite amount, not infinite amount, but a limited amount of blades. So everyone's like, oh, so the other one must be something like called Unlimited or Infinite Blade Works. Izuku's like, yes, exactly. And if you can't tell from the name, it has unlimited blades inside that one thing. Everyone's shocked because, like, if they fight Izuku, they're just gonna get slaughtered. Bakugo says under his breath, "You would have been better than a villain than a hero." Izuku says, I'm sorry, Bakugo." Or should I say, fucking angry Pomeranian? I didn't hear you. Izumi's pissed because he's assaulting her friend, or boyfriend. They can't tell. And Bakugo's even more pissed being called an angry Pomeranian. Good. So he gets up saying, "What did you say? You useless person." Not Deku, because he gets no idea. He says, "You heard me, angry Pomeranian. Now sit down before I put you in your place, you dog." And then Aizawa thankfully sees the USJ and everyone says, and then he says, "Everyone sit down, we're near USJ." Izuku's saying that USJ saved you. I'm gonna do another coin flip. Fuck. So after that, they go inside, and then 13, of course, says, "Your powers can be used for evil and good at the same time. It's just depending on the person." If a person had, let's say, an illusions quirk, they could use it to their full advantage. So, like the Hero Society, there's a limit. I have no idea what the limit is, of course, but either way. Then a black portal appears in the middle, and then two big gnomes appear. Not one, but two. And two of them are equal as All Might. Then, of course, he screams, of course, the hand job, Shigaraki says, "Where's All Might? We have a few friends I'd love to say hi." Then, of course, a couple hundred villains come out. And everything goes the same until the middle. When, of course, Izuku gets out with Hasui and everyone. So after that, they see Aizawa on the floor, of course, about to be decayed. And then All Might appears and says, "I am here to put an end to you villains," because he's even more pissed. And then the fight goes on, but even worse, because All Might is pushed to too much, so someone has to intervene before, All Might goes into Small Might. And it has a chance of dying. So everyone in the background hears, "I am the bone of my sword. Steel is my body and fire my blood. I have created over 1,000 blades, unaware of loss, nor aware of gain. Withstood pain to create many weapons, waiting for one's arrival. So as I pray, unlimited blade works." And everyone sees in the middle of all these beautiful blades a boy with red hair and red eyes. The eyes not of a villain, but of a hero. A hero that wants to fight not only for himself, but for everyone, but for justice. So, Shigaraki says, must be an illusion quirk, huh? Nomu's get him. All Might says, no, Zuko! But then, something weird happens. 20 blades come out of nowhere, piercing one of the Nomu's legs, and piercing his arms completely. Then after that, aiming for the head. And everyone's completely shocked. They're like, you just killed him. Midori says, don't worry. These are not humans. They're monsters. They're these things used for the evil attempt just to kill innocent people. So he raises his hand. Then 10,000 blades come out. Then pierce the Nomu. The other Nomu. Killing it. Not killing it, but let me rephrase that. But paralyzing it so it's not able to heal fast enough. And then, of course, everyone's shocked because they just see how much power Izuku is wielding right now. And then aims at the other villains. Not another 10,000, but around 200 blades come out. And they're not killing the villains. They're hitting them in non-vital places where they cannot bleed out or die. So they be crippled, but still be alive for questioning. The only villain to be able to get away was Shigaraki. And, shit. I forgot that guy. I forgot the portal guy. Shit. I said his name through all this and now I forget it? Who cares? So All Might thanks Izuku and then leaves. Izuku, proud of himself, knowing that he just saved all his classmates, but of course, Unlimited Blade Works putting so much stress on his body, he collapses. His love interest running towards him. For now, I'm just going to say Ochako. Until then, this is where I'm going to leave it off. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. The reason I may not be alive for long because my dad's going to come home and I failed the first semester because I was not paying attention at all. So if I die or disappear from YouTube, please put out posters saying, where's Uriah? Because I'm probably going to be 20 feet on the ground. And you guys know I'm already joking. I'm probably just going to get a spanking, of course. But after that, I really hope you guys enjoy this. Thank God my mom had some mercy on me and let me keep my phone so I could, record some videos. But after that, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys another time. Let's see how much time this wasted. I wish it was an hour. Wait, we're just going to sit here and just wait until that timer reaches 49. For now, I guess I could do a little bit more. So after the USJ, Izuku decided after he collapsed, he wakes up in the hospital next to Uraraka. Uraraka crying, saying thank God. And then he gets charged out because he just collapsed. He was tired. So after going home to share Emiya congratulates him for saving so many people that day. So after that, he gives him a couple of dollars, a couple of yen, and sends him out to buy stuff, whatever he wants this time, not for grocery and all that stuff. So he buys himself some new blankets, some clothes, the usual. But while there, he has a couple hundred left, I'm gonna say and Mia owns a business, so he has like a couple. He has like a couple 100,000, I'm gonna say. But while there, he sees a particular girl. That girl, the love interest. But for now, hopefully he's already been in a minute. Good. So I'm gonna leave it off here. Have a nice life. Have a nice day. Have a nice everything, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. See ya.